Hey, I'm Lauren, and today I'm going to talk about something that I use on almost all of my tabletops when I entertain, and those are place cards. We can add a lot of personality to our tables and give the guests something fun to take home, so I'm going to show you how to make one today. So what we're going to use to make these place card wreaths is some natural vine with wire inside, and the wire will allow us to make any shape or size that we want for our wreath. You'll need some wire cutters to use the wired vine, a glue gun to apply all of our flowers, scissors, and as far as dried flowers go, you can buy them online or sometimes your local florist will have some. So I have both just to show you an example. We have a little bouquet here from a local florist, and then these are sourced from a place called decor.com. For our place cards, I just have little cardstock, and then I'm going to be painting with some watercolor, so I have my brush. So the first step is going to be making your shape for your wreath. So grab your wired vine and kind of just figure out what size you want your wreath to be. So we're gonna go about 4 inches, and you want to leave at least 2 inches on either side so that you can twist it together to secure it. So once you have that, grab your wire cutters. Cut that. And then you're going to overlap your ends, like I said, about 2 inches on either side, and just twist them together. Then pull your shape so it's a nice circle. And don't worry too much about these ends because we're gonna go back and cover them up with all of the dried flowers. What we're gonna do next is take the dried flowers and glue them onto your wreath shape. You want to start with something a little bit longer because they're going to be in the back, so you want them to show after you apply more flowers to the top of that. And we're gonna cover up where you twisted your twine together. So I'm gonna start with these little palm frond pieces. And I'm gonna do about half of the wreath. You can definitely go all the way around, but I like the look of doing semi-coverage on these. So take your glue gun, decide where you're gonna place it. Do a little dot and hold that on there. So you want to focus on where your flowers and your branches are going, and you don't need to focus too much here because this is all going to get covered up. If you have some areas that are overlapping really long like this, go ahead and trim it right now. It'll be easier to cover up at the end if you do this now. So you can kind of see the shape I'm creating here. I'm going to cover this area, and it's gonna flow in this kind of crescent moon shape. And I want this to be my longest piece, so everything from here on is going to be a little bit shorter and work towards the center. So you can kind of see this shape coming to life a little bit more now that we're adding flowers with a little more movement. So now we're gonna try and soften this up even more. I'm still sticking with these longer pieces, but these are a little bit softer because we have these really hard angles right now. So now that we have a lot of this neutral palette going on, I want to start adding some color and continue softening it up. So I'm going to add these little pink branches in. So I think this is almost done, but now you can see that we have this pile up of hot glue where we were putting everything on. So that's where these larger flowers come into play. We're gonna top this with a few of the larger ones and cover all of that up. So once you feel like you're at a good stopping point here, we're gonna go back and trim any ends that are sticking out that we don't want showing. So you can see like this one here and this one here, they're just ends from other pieces. So I'm gonna trim those. And that's it. So now we're gonna move on to making the actual place card with your guest name on it. So now that we have our finished wreath, I'm going to just hot glue our place card on there, just like we did the flowers. So that's it. If you know how to use a glue gun, you can make one of these. And at the end of the night, your guests can take the place card off and they can hang them up at home or in their office.